This is the story of my second day using Tinder, and my very first Tinder date. It's Tuesday. I matched up with this girl, I'll call her L, and we chatted back and forth for a bit. She's cute as hell, and I suggest meeting up, and I try to find a nice neutral spot near her, where we can get together. She invites me to a barbecue, with some of her former coworkers. I'm pretty hesitant to this at first as I don't want to meet someone for the first time at some barbecue. Well, I caved and I ended up meeting her at this barbecue, and in all honesty, it was pretty fun. Elle and I are getting along pretty well. She's trying to feed me shots of rum, I don't have any because I have to work in the morning, and all is pretty damn great. Anyways, barbecue comes to an end, and she abruptly says, "Okay, I'll talk to you later," and leaves. Confused, I drive my ass home, and as soon as I get off the freeway, she shoots me a text saying, "You could have come over to my house if you asked." I tell her I still can. She shoots me her address, and I turn my ass around, and speed to her house. She doesn't live in the greatest part of town, but I was too certain that I was going to get some, so I didn't really care. I pull up to her house, and she meets me out front and greets me as I walk up. As I'm walking up the stairs, to her door, she mentions that she takes in stray cats. I'm allergic to cats, but really as long as I don't touch my eyes, it's a non-issue. Also, I'm thinking she probably has maybe 4 cats at most. These thoughts are running through my mind as I'm still walking up the steps when she says, "Yeah, so I have like 15 cats," and then opens the front door. The front living room was pitch black, but I saw at least a dozen pairs of eyes all turn and look at the now open front door. Then they all scattered like a bunch of cockroaches. Now I haven't broken stride this entire time, and continue right through the door. As I crossed the threshold, I thought I had walked through a goddamn wall, as the smell that washed over me was horrific, and it felt like it had weight. Cat piss, undeniably it was pure cat piss, from 15 unwashed stray cats. There isn't a light on in this house, but I can still see stacks of bins all over the room, like it was something out of one of those hoarder TV shows. From the tops of these rubbish towers, sat some of the cats, peering down at me. Elle quickly ushers me to her room, which happens to smell like bleach, as my nostrils have started to burn from a smell other than cat piss. She mentions having just cleaned her room, and having scrubbed everything down with bleach, as if that's a normal thing to do when you clean a room. Any sane guy probably would have backed out well before now, and I should have too, but I had come too far and I was way too hard to turn back now. We get comfy on her bed, and she puts on Netflix. This is before I knew Netflix and chill was a thing, but I knew where things were going. She picks a Saw-type movie called Adrenaline, I think, and makes herself comfortable, as the little spoon. I make some advances, during this horror movie, and she's completely unresponsive. So after about 45 minutes of nothing, I tell her I need to get home, and go to bed since it's 2 a.m., and I have work in the morning. During my entire time at her house, I tried really damn hard not to touch my face, but I knew since walking in there was no way I was getting out unscathed. I drive home and my eyes are itchy as hell and are starting to water. After getting home, I look in the mirror and my eyes just look like total shit, completely bloodshot and itchy. The allergy has never lasted more than a couple hours after starting, so I went to bed and figured I would be fine by the morning. Boy, was I wrong. I wake up with my alarm at 4:45 a.m., bleary-eyed and feeling like total shit, as I expected. My eyes are heavy and I can barely open them, as I shamble to the bathroom to take a shower. I flip on the light and see, or rather, barely see, A horror show. My right eyelid had swollen out, to the point where it was nearly in line with my brow, and was completely swollen shut. My left was not much better. Even worse, it felt like sand had been poured in both of them. I had to call in sick to work and go to the doctor, to get a prescription to bring the swelling down, when it looked like it wasn't going down after a couple hours. I text Elle mentioning that apparently, I was more allergic to cats than I remembered, and I never got a response.